Hey, what's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. And tonight we're going to be talking about how a former contestant in the Miss Universe pageant has decided to take matters into her own hands, and she also decided to document her journey along the way. Now, she decided that, since she was having these ideas of taking herself out of here, she wanted to put up a cautionary tale and basically like a video diary of her thoughts, what she was thinking about, up until she decided to finally go all in. Now, I'm going to play a little clip of her, just give you guys the intro before we go into any more.
And who knows, maybe perhaps after I'm gone and let my death starts announcing everywhere, people will, stumble upon, or they will start to research who I am, and then probably they'll find these videos and they'll be like, oh my gosh, she was struggling and she was, at least she was trying, like she was doing the whole YouTube thing. She tried to do OnlyFans as a last resort. Like, she was trying. And then everybody would be like so sad because, oh, she's not here anymore. Oh. That's usually how it goes. Like, no one really pays attention or cares until it's too late.
All right. So that was the start of her video diary where she would document these ideas that she had of taking herself out there, taking herself out of here. And basically, what seemed to, from the outside, spiral some of these events was her quitting her 9 to 5 job. So her first video into this video diary of her documenting up until she wanted to leave this earth, she talked about how she was tired of her job. She didn't want to work there anymore. She was kind of, in between what she wanted to do. And she decided that, you know what? I'm just going to go out and get me a OF page. Okay. So she decided she wanted to go get her OF page. And she's like, listen, hey, it's come to this. It is what it is. I'm going to get me an OF page. But then in her video, she was contemplating because she's like, I have these thoughts of not wanting to be here. But then on the other hand, like I've resorted to, having an OF page. She's like, will people take me serious? Will people, want to hire me later down the line? And she was battling all of these different thoughts. And she said, you know what? Because I'm having all of these me versus me conversations, I'm just going to document it all. And if perhaps I decide to fully go through with it, hopefully this will be a cautionary tale to others. All right. Now, she said as much in that video. Now, she documented all the way up until 7 days ago. Like, I think she was found on the 23rd. So she had documented up until like days before she was found. Now, according to news reports, she was found in her apartment hanging from her curtains in her apartment complex. And what's ironic about this whole video diary of her going down the journey that she had to self-delete is that when she was a Miss Universe contestant and she was basically pledging and saying what she advocated for, it's ironic that the very thing that she decided to use to take herself out is the very thing that when she decided to become a beauty pageant contestant that she wanted to advocate and help people against. Let me play her video where she was basically giving her pledge in the Miss Universe contest. And she was saying like what she vowed and what she was about and so on and so forth. And then we'll go on a little bit more. 1 second. Let me fix the
Hello, everyone. My name is Tara Spalding. I'm 24 years old from the parish of St. Andrew. I graduated from the University of the West Indies with a Bachelor of Science degree in accounting and a minor in
Hold on, let me bring it back one more time.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tara Spalding. I'm 24 years old from the parish of St. Andrew. I graduated from the University of the West Indies with a Bachelor of Science degree in accounting and a minor in economics, first class honors. Currently, I'm a commercial model and my advocacy surrounds mental health, specifically suicide prevention, because a lot of young people nowadays are ending their lives, and I believe there's more that we can do to save them from themselves. I should be the next Miss Universe because I am bold, confident, authentic, and driven. And I believe I have what it takes to bring home the first Miss Universe crown for Jamaica.
All right. So as you can see, she had this motive to be an advocate for people in the same struggles that she ended up having few years later. Now, as you guys see, she entered into the contest. She was one of the many contestants that was trying to fight to be the first winner of Jamaica to win the Miss Universe pageant. Now, as of 2025, there has never been a woman that won the Miss Universe contest from Jamaica. So out of all of these years, there has been people winning all around the world from, this country to that country to that country. And every year, Jamaicans are trying to fight for their, win in the contest. And year after year, they do not win. And it's always somebody else from a different country and so on and so forth. Now, let's go to her videos where she started to document her journey and talk about some of the things that she was struggling. I'm going to just skim through some of her videos, and then we're going to kind of go in sequence of how she posted them on her video diary journey. All right. So she started with, a few videos where she was kind of, questioning what the meaning of life was. She wanted to, have advice. And then she finally posted up a video where she said that she resigned from her 9 to 5, and she started to display why she did so and where she is now. I'm going to post a little bit more of that video, and then we're going to go further.
Guys, no joke. No cap, like serious. I just resigned. Guys. Oh my goodness. No, I did. But it's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming. Because some out of this world crazy stuff have been happening since I've been working here at this company. And like the whole church thing, like I made a whole video talking about my experience. And it's it's a lot unbelievable, actually. It's really, really unbelievable. But I think when I post that video, you guys will see why I resigned. And it seems as if I just, started this whole YouTube thing and then I just decided to resign. But no, that's not the reason why, because I literally don't know what I'm going to do. Like, I don't have a plan. But I feel like when you guys hear the story, you'll understand. You'll understand, I believe. Because my life has actually been really crazy. Super, super, super crazy lately. Not just lately, like the past 2 years. Just pure madness. I really don't know what I'm going to do now. Like, you guys are seeing like my life happening in real time, because this has been a decision that has been on my mind, plaguing me. Like, every day I get up, I want to quit my job. Like, it was that bad. And I haven't even told anyone. Like, I sent the email and I've just been like in my bed because, bro, I'm still like, this is happening in real time. Like, I'm still trying to figure out how I'm gonna eat and like how the bills are gonna get paid. I don't know, guys. I don't have any big following to depend on or fall back on. So like, literally everything is at zero right now. Like, no viewers, no followers, no income. It sounds like pure madness, but I feel like when I post the video explaining what exactly has been happening to me, you guys will understand. It's not in the like this format, like sideways. It's in like a vertical format, so I don't even know if I can post it to YouTube in that format, if it will get like cut off like half of it. I don't know. Anyway, I'll figure it out.
All right. So that's part of her video diary where she first came and she said that, I decided to quit my 9 to 5, and she talked a lot more. Now, she then made a video where she said that she decided that she was going to do OF. All right. But before we get to that video, let's hear a piece of her crazy story. All right. Let's hear a little bit of it. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but we'll hear some.
I think I need to give some form of timeline and some form of sequence of events. So basically, I graduated university in 2020 during COVID. I started working at the audit firm in 2020. I worked there until 2022. Then I left in like, I think it was January or February 2022. Was in the, no, January. Anyway, 2022 to 2023. No, I did the whole modeling, me venturing, trying to achieve my dreams. Did the whole pageantry thing. And then 2023, no. I was in a struggling, failing relationship. And I wasn't working at the time. And I decided that I need to leave this person. And so I started looking for a job. Got a job in 2023 September. Then I went on my spiritual journey because I don't know, I felt like I just did everything I could in life and I just couldn't figure out as I said, my purpose and whatever. So I decided to like go into the church full-fledged, devote my life to Jesus, basically. And so I got baptized in December 2023 because my boss, coincidentally, was a pastor. And I was like, oh, perfect timing, like I want to go on this whole spiritual journey. And, this is just perfect. Like I looked around at the environment and I was like, yeah, like I have a job now. I'm independent, I'm not depending on a man anymore. And, I'm just going to give my life to the Lord and He's going to direct me and lead me, like I was excited, you know. And so as I journeyed, I fasted and fasted and fasted and prayed and prayed and prayed and read the Bible, spoke with a lot of church members, every single thing that they had at the church, I went to it,
I'm gonna speed her up just a little bit. Let me know if the speed up of her talking is too fast. But I kind of want to cover a little bit more of her story in a little bit faster times because I have to go over so many different videos. So let me know if this is too fast.
The meetings and just everything. But a lot of stuff happened to me while I was at this church and while I was employed to this company. So at some points when I was working, like I would just start crying like uncontrollably. And I didn't understand why. And I would get sick sometimes, like just completely sick, like I can't function anymore. And I would just have to go home. At one point I feared this one member in the church like so much. I don't know this man from Adam Zimmer. And the fear that overtook me and overwhelmed me, it was astonishing to me because it had no basis, no grounds. Like there was just this one man in the church and I was just like afraid of him. And so like at one point I went to my boss about it and I was like, you know what? We're going to face this like head on. And like I spoke to another one of my church members and I told them like, let me talk to this person because I don't know why my spirit is just so much against them. I don't know them. And this just seems like madness. Like felt like I was losing my mind a little bit because I don't know this man from Adams, but yet still there was so much fear in me. I was like, no man, I have to get to the bottom of this. So I spoke to him and then, spoke to my boss also and he kind of painted a picture of the guy and said, based on his experience, there has been no skeletons in the closet. And, I guess I heard him out and I was like, all right, see, I don't understand why I had so much fear towards this man, but it's fine. Like, it's fine now because, the air is cleared and everything's fine. And, I've been working and putting in the hours diligently, especially during tax season and, some occurrences that happened that I don't really understand. Almost like I would get injured, but injured in a way that was just weird. Like my toe almost got completely ripped off. Like one time, man. Like I don't want to sound too suspicious or too much like a conspiracy theorist, but like my ex, the same guy that I was with, and like the relationship was failing. He's very, I would just say, vindictive, and boy, like he seems like the type that would do literally any single thing to not lose in life, like even if it means doing maybe like some spiritual harm or like some witchcraft or something. Anyway, that's just
Girl, I ain't never been to no Minnesota State Fair, honey. Whoever you saw at the Minnesota State Fair was not me. Never been to a Minnesota State Fair. Sorry. But anyways, I'm from California if you didn't know. So yeah. Yeah, wasn't me. Anyways.
That's just me kind of summing him up. But anyway. Yeah, like I would just get injured in the weirdest ways possible. And at one point I just thought it was this man that was attacking me. And so I tried to get rid of every single thing that might have tied me to him. So like he bought me a lot of stuff, like a lot of clothes, and he really funded me when I was going through the pageant. And so like I got rid of everything, like all the clothes he got me, every single thing. I got rid of everything, but then I don't know, like combined with the whole church thing, I think I was taking it way too serious. And like not only give away all my stuff, like I tried to delete my life before I got baptized, like delete every single thing. So like I went on social media, like I was doing this whole cleaning, complete cleaning. Like I was taking this whole reborn, born from above thing way too seriously.
All right, so I'm gonna pause her right there. One thing I do realize when people immerse themselves into the church and they try to get rid of like who they are and they try to like transform their life, a lot of things that I notice is so many people are very extreme when they first decide to start going to church. They think that, okay, in order to shed, my prior life, or in order to be a good person, they try to make this unrealistic version of a perfect Christian to the point to where it's on the like far extreme side. I've seen it a lot with different individuals who they had a life to where, maybe they were like in the fast paced lane, or they were indulging in, party favors, or doing, certain things. And then they decide, you know what? I'm going to be a Christian and I'm going to go to church, and maybe this will make me happy, or maybe this would, change my life forever. And a lot of times they will go so into it to where it's just like extreme. And kind of what she's describing sounds like she kind of was on the more extreme side of trying to like dive into it.
It's like I deleted my group photos, I deleted my Snapchat, my Instagram. Like I was trying to erase basically the old me, like completely wipe her off the face of the planet and just like start fresh. Because I thought that Jesus was just going to like, I thought I was supposed to do away with the old me and start fresh. But I did literally everything. I tried to be perfect. I did every single thing the Bible said to do. I did it all. And then, lo and behold, someone from my past, an ex-lover of mine, like at the time, I called him the love of my life. He came back into my life, and honestly, I thought it was God, like, calling him to me and like finally bringing us together. And I thought we were going to get married and just have children and live happily ever after. But that was the furthest thing from the truth. Like, this man came back into my life and treated me so badly, and I was abstaining, because the Bible says, no sex before marriage. Like, I was abstaining the entire time from I got baptized, even from before I got baptized. I was like, I'm going to do this for the Lord, and like my body now belongs to the Lord. So I was like, no more sex. But in the name of love, or for the sake of love, I gave this man my body when he came back into my life, and he treated me so badly, so badly, guys. And I think it was on purpose. You just have those people who, honestly, maybe he just has his own issues that I have nothing to deal with. Like I have nothing to do with, and maybe he just has his own issues. But I could not believe the treatment that I got from this man, and I didn't deserve it, because I loved him, guys. Like, I loved this man with all my heart. Like, man, I don't even want to get into the whole story of me and him, but I never stopped loving him. Like, I would sit at work and like write love letters. Oh Jesus, boy, man, I loved this man with all my heart, and he just didn't care about me. He didn't love me. I don't know what it was. But anyways, that man came back into my life, and he basically gave me a reality check that life is not perfect, and I'm not perfect, and I will never be perfect. So it's almost like I was going on this good path, I was all for Jesus and I was trying to be perfect, but then, ended up, back into fornication, and then, man, I slipped and I slid, because I ended up smoking weed again, like listening to dancehall, every single thing that I did before I went to the church. Like, I started doing it again. And it wasn't like me doing it because I was angry or anything else. It was just me doing it because, like, I started to remember who I was, and I'm like, why would I want to do away with who I truly am, like, at my core? Why? I don't understand. Like, I guess I was confused at this point. I was like, am I supposed to just change myself completely and be a new person? Or is it that I should just 100% be who I am? And, like, because I accept Jesus as my Lord and Savior, like, he will save me, like, because of that, and save. Honestly, there's a lot about this whole Jesus thing that I really don't understand. But basically, I fell back into like my old ways, fully my old ways. And I was just sad, and like I was praying, and I prayed, and I prayed, and I prayed. And even though I was, doing all this stuff, I knew I shouldn't have been doing. I don't know, I didn't know what else to do. And so I was really, really conflicted. And I don't know, I guess that's when I really felt lost, because I was like, all right, I did the whole Jesus thing, and then I slipped. But the slip didn't feel, it didn't feel like I was supposed to go back to trying to be perfect. It felt like it was a reality check for me, like to bring me back down to reality and let me realize that I was taking, the whole church thing way too seriously.
All right, I'm gonna skip through some of this to kind of go forward in her story a little bit.
And they took me to the University of the Hospital of the West Indies. And they chained me, strapped me to a bed, as if I was restraining, or as if I was resisting. I wasn't resisting, but up at my workplace. Who called them? I don't know. My family was there, and they were like, "Tara, you're not well, come with us, like, come with us." And I was like, what? Like, how did you even get here? No, like, I don't want to go with you. I don't understand. None of this is making any sense to me. And like, I knew the whole church crap, it wasn't making any sense to me either, but I don't know if it's a spell or what, but I felt like I had to just go through it. Like, there was no way around it but to just go through it and see where I ended up, basically. So anyway, by this time it was like night, and my family was there, and they were like, come with us, and I was like, no. And so I was sitting there in the building, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to leave on my own accord, because these people are all acting weird, and they're all trying to convince me that I am out of my mind. So I tried to leave. They all prevented me from leaving. So like, this is where most of the confusion was, because I was like talking to them. I was like, so why are you guys preventing me from leaving? I don't understand. Like, you guys were just saying, come with us, come with us. And now that I'm trying to leave, you're preventing me from leaving. Guys, I tried to leave that building. I had to fight. Literally physical fight. And they were preventing me from leaving. At one point, I screamed out my lungs. And nobody came to my rescue. Like, that's when I was like, oh, this looks like a setup. Like, it was set up this way. I don't know. Anyway, I fought, and I realized there was like 5 people, holding me back, saying, no, we can't let you leave. So I stopped fighting, because I was like, I can't, bro, I'm not Samson. Like, I can't fight you guys. I stopped fighting. And then, because I know I'm fast, bro, I sprinted. It's like they turned their back, or they stopped, wrestling with me, felt it, and I sprinted, and I tried to jump over the gate. And I reached like on top of the gate, and they held me, they grabbed me, like pinned me to the gate, and they were like, Terry, I'm not leaving. And while I was on top of that gate, a car pulled up, like, right in front of the gate, because the gate was like closed, so I was trying to like jump over it. And the car pulled up right in front of the gate, as if to say, even if I do make it over the gate, like, he was going to prevent me from leaving. Guys, I don't know what the hell this was, but I just realized I just had to see it through to the end. Then, so they got me down off of the gate, and I realized that this might be like a real setup. Anyways, someone called the police, and I was like, you guys are holding me against my will. Like, at this point, I stopped like trying to fight back. I stopped trying to get free. I was just like, do you guys have a warrant for my arrest? Like, why is the police here? I don't understand. And then they were like, no, Tara, we have to take you away. And I was like, all right. And so I went in the police car. My family went with me, and they took me to the University of the Hospital of the West Indies. And they chained me, strapped me to a bed, as if I was restraining, or as if I was resisting. I wasn't resisting, but they strapped me to a bed. And boy, I can't even say what I saw in the hospital. I can't even say it. It's too much. It's too much for the average person's mind. Like, you guys, you wouldn't understand. You wouldn't be able to comprehend, basically, what the hell I went through while I was at a hospital. Anyway, so I was there for like 3 days. The worst thing about being there was the fact that whenever I wanted to pee, guys, I wasn't allowed to pee. Like, I would have to hold my pee for like so long. Like, I would ask them to like let me go pee, and they were like, no, you have to pee in a bedpan. And I was like, I don't want to pee in a bedpan. Just let me walk to the restroom. And eventually, after like begging for some time, they would let me pee. But at one point, they were like, no, you don't have to use the bedpan. Why? I don't know. I have no idea. Anyway, they let me go with no diagnosis. Like, while I was there, they injected me, they drew my blood. Nobody could tell me why exactly I was there. Anyway, they eventually let me go. I got some time off from work, and then I just went back to work. I was on some medication to help me sleep. They increased the dosage by 400%. Why? I have no idea. Anyway. And yeah, I just, basically after that, I just went back to work. Like, everything was fine and dandy. That's not even half of the story, guys. That's not even half of the story. Like so many things. So many things. So many other things happened that I can't even, it's unfathomable, like I can't even mention it. Oh, even like my boss was there and he was like, oh, come, Tara, you're not well. My boss and the HR manager, they were like, Tara, you're not well, you're not well. Man, it felt like the world was against me, like the world came down on me. And up to now, I still don't understand it. Was it an attempt to drive me insane? And if it was, orchestrated by who? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. And so that's like the main event that happened that really, really, really makes me want to leave this place and find some other way. But every time I try with a 9 to 5 job, I always end up at the same place. You know, I end up just not wanting to do the work after a while, and I end up depressed and end up wanting to quit. Like it's the same cycle all over again.
All right. So that's part of her story of what led to her kind of wanting not to be on this earth anymore. She don't know who set her up. And it sounded like she was going through mental challenges, and she's, you know, in her mind, something else is happening that is like, in her mind, she think like, oh, I'm just chilling. But to everybody else, like she tripping out, you know? That's kind of what it sounds like when she tells the story. Now, she goes on to say, you know, she goes from saying that she quit her job, she doesn't know what she's going to do. She tells this story, and then she talks about how she decides to get on Only. All right. And she just kind of keeps on like spiraling through these videos to the point to where she is just like really battling whether or not she's going to be able to restrain herself from taking herself up out of here. All right. So let me pull up some more videos for you guys.
So my OnlyFans is up and running now. Guys, I don't lie, the pictures look good still. I ain't gonna lie. If you want to subscribe, be a fan, link in the description. Link in the description. As I said, I really don't know where this is going to go. I don't even know if it's going to be any form of successful, because I mean it could very well flop, like completely flop. Who knows? You know, I'm just taking things one day at a time. I had a complete mental breakdown yesterday. But you know, I was like, oh my goodness, I think I need to rescind my resignation letter, and you know, what have I done? And like 2 people checked up on me yesterday, and I told them, and they were like, oh my gosh, like, you know, what are you going to do? And I was like, I don't know, man. Oh gosh, man. Oh gosh, man. I have no idea how this is going to go, what is going to happen, but I do know that I want to continue this YouTube thing. And I think I'm going to really push on my Instagram, like probably promote some video and try to get some subscribers for this channel so I can like interact with you guys and see what you want to see or hear. I have no idea where this is going to go. But it's too late now, like, to turn back, I guess. What else am I going to do? I already made my decisions, and I just have to live with them and live with the consequences, whatever they may be. Whatever they may be. I have actually gotten sleep. Like, I have been able to sleep at night without taking any medication. So that's a good thing. I don't know how long it will last, because every day I get up and instantly, it's almost like I instantly have a headache, because it's like reality hit me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Tara, what are we actually going to do? And then I'll lose my appetite, like I don't even want to eat. Boy, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, my friends, really tired, really. I don't know, but honestly, the pictures look so good. Like, bro, I would subscribe. You know, it's not. I don't know. I don't think it's that bad. I think OnlyFans just sounds worse than it actually is. Like, it really, really depends on the person and each person, and what they're willing to post and how far they're willing to go. You just have to make it your own, as far as I see. So, I don't know. The 9 to 5 thing, it's too safe and it's too restricted. I don't see myself working a 9 to 5 job for the long term. Do I see myself doing OnlyFans for the long term? I have to start somewhere. Like, what else am I to do, guys? I don't know. I mean, we all have to start somewhere, so let's see. Because even, the whole OnlyFans thing, it could very well flop. And then YouTube could be my thing. I don't know, but YouTube usually takes time to grow and to build a relationship with the followers, and then I have to learn how to edit and post content that people actually want to see. Have you seen me posting these videos now? I don't even know if people will watch this stuff. Like, who even cares? Who cares about this stuff? This is just my life, but who am I? And who knows? Maybe what's going to happen to me is, no, let me not think like that. I was going to say perhaps after I'm gone and let my death start announcing everywhere, people will, stumble upon, or they will start to research where I am, and probably they'll find these videos and they'll be like, oh my gosh, she was struggling and she was, at least she was trying, like she was doing the whole YouTube thing. She tried to do OnlyFans as a last resort. Like, she was trying. And then everybody would be like so sad because, oh, she's not here anymore. Oh, that's usually how it goes. Like, no one really pays attention or cares until it's too late. And it's sad that that's the way things are, but I mean, what else is a person to do? What else? It's just how we are as a society. I don't know, everything is so backwards here. Like, we celebrate other people's downfalls, and we highlight the worst of the worst. Like, it's just too much corruption. Because I know, like, a lot of these people who are famous and who have a large following, like, some people really enjoy seeing the worst side of them. And anyway.
All right, so that's her video where she announced that she was gonna do OF. She gave an update, and then she gave the video where she started to say how it was her versus her. She was basically struggling on, delete myself, don't delete myself. Delete myself, don't delete myself. Yeah, I think I'm gonna delete myself. How can I do it? Oh, maybe I'll do it this way. Maybe I'll do it that way. Maybe I'll do it this way. And so she started talking about these things in her video. So I'm going to play a little bit of it, and then we will kind of move along.
And who knows, maybe.
Hold on.
Perhaps.
Let me go to that part. All right.
Boy, I'm fighting for my life over here. I feel like I need to go out and do something because...
All right, so this part right here is closer to when she decided to actually go through with it. All right, this was within days of her deciding that she's gonna, go all the way.
My mind is trying to kill me. And if I do nothing, I am going to die, guys. Every day I get up, my mind tells me to go and jump off a building. It tells me to go and overdose on pills. It tells me to go and harm myself. I am fighting for my life. Where do these thoughts come from? I don't know. I have no idea. They're my own thoughts, but do I want to be having them? No. Do I want to die? I mean, it would be easier, than having to deal with the ups and downs of life, but boy, I don't know, but all I know is right now I'm fighting for my life. It's like there's two different me's. One of them wants me to live, one of them wants me to die. They want me to die. Eh? It's me against me over here. Me against me.
All right. So she goes, she does this video where she says, you know, it's me versus me. She's saying, you know, she's totally like, don't be sad, cheer up. And she talks about this battle of how she's trying to navigate this, you know, her versus her situation. She said, you know what? I'm just going to go to the gym. I like to run. Let me do that. Like, let me go run. Let me kind of try to see if that makes me feel better. Let me kind of do something. So she goes to the gym. She comes back. She takes a shower. She talks again. And she talks, you know, about how, you know, that was helpful for her, et cetera, et cetera. So then after she talks about that, then she started talking about the different realms of, you know, that she feels that are like between like God or good versus, you know, if there's like, are we living in HE double hockey sticks here? Are there, or is it, you know, here? And then all these different ideas she was kind of battling days before she actually went through with this. So let me play that video and then I'm going to read to you guys what Miss Universe said and a little bit more.
I feel like.
All right, so let me pull this up.
Hi guys. So I have come to the conclusion that God doesn't exist here on earth in the way we think he exists. I think this world is way too evil, way too wicked. Honesty has no place here. Truth has no place here. Morals have no place here. I think this world is truly, truly evil and evil only. It was set up by evil men, wicked people, corrupt people, and
somebody said that my voice isn't in sync. Y'all let me know if anything looked like it's wrong or off or anything, but on my side, it looks like my mouth is moving correctly, but I don't know. If you just tuned in, her talking is sped up. So I don't know if you think like when I talk and then her talking, I don't know what it is, but I sped her up to talk a little bit faster. But it looks like it's fine to me. If there's any glitches, y'all let me know. Let me slow her down just a little bit on this video so that we can kind of hear what she's saying, and then we will go from there.
The conclusion that God doesn't exist here on earth in the way we think he exists. I think this world is way too evil, way too wicked. Honesty has no place here. Truth has no place here. Morals have no place here. I think this world is truly, truly evil and evil only. It was set up by evil men, wicked people, corrupt people. And honestly, I think the separation between God and man,
thank you guys,
is that God, this is my theory, God cast us down here to earth to live, to see that we really don't have things figured out as much as we think we do. I think only two places exist, two realms, which is with God and without God. So I think without God is here on earth, like what we can see, the universe itself that is unfolded right before our eyes, like what we see. And with God is what we can't see. And it's not here on earth. It's in another place. It's in a place perhaps far away. Can't see, can't hear, can't touch. I think the world is being run the way it is because man meaning men and women, like the man that's in the Bible, it says God created man. I think we know what we're doing, but we really don't. I don't think we know what we're doing at all.
And ever since I went into the church, I have been trying to find purpose, and I've been trying to find the reason why I'm here. And I've come to the conclusion that life is pointless. There's no purpose. We have just been indoctrinated to breed like animals, to have children. Government, the rulers of the world, those are the people who set life up this way. That's why life is so difficult. It's so hard because it was only set up and designed for a few people to be on top and stay on top, and for most of us to suffer. No matter how much I look on this world, I don't see any good. I don't see any mercy. I don't see any salvation. It's all just one big hoax. It's just an illusion. And the nice people, the people that you think are nice and good and kind, they're really not. They're probably pretending, you know? Yeah, I have come to the conclusion that God does not exist in this world the way we think he does with Jesus, and something is not right. Something is not right. I think the story of Jesus might have just been made up to give the poor people hope, something to hope for, something to believe in. Because when you sit and you really look at poor people's lives, they have no hope in this world. They're born poor, and they're more than likely, 100%, they're going to die poor. 100%. Like,
all right. So this was her last video that she posted. Now, she posted this video on September 18th. And then when she was found deceased was on September 23. Now, on September 23 is when her family found her, but that doesn't mean that's when she actually went through with it. So on this website, it says, let me pull up her photo for y'all, so at least her photo is here. All right. So on this website, it says Tyra Spalding, a 26-year-old former finalist in the 2023 Miss Universe Jamaica pageant, has died in what police are investigating as a possible self-deletion. Per Caribbean National Weekly, her body was discovered by family members on Tuesday morning, September 23rd. She was suspended from her apartment curtains. Spalding, who worked as an accountant, had recently spoken publicly about her struggles with her mental health. She posted posts on social media where she basically said she was battling these thoughts and that she was fighting for her life, etc., etc. Now, it also included clips on this website that I've already shared with you guys. And in addition to that, the Miss Universe Jamaica organization, they basically shared a post of her to try to send their condolences and everything like that. So let me pull that up for you guys really quick. All right. So this is a post over on Instagram from a Jamaica Miss Universe, and they shared some words, and they also shared a video of her walking down the stage when she was in the pageant. All right, I think they're playing a little bit of music, so I'm not going to play it all like that. But they shared this video. They also shared that photo of her. And along with that, they typed the following. They stated and said, our hearts are heavy as we mourn the loss of the beautiful Tyra Spalding. She was a radiant soul and an amazing human being. Her light, grace, beauty, and kind spirit touched every life she encountered, leaving memories that will never fade. She had a smile that lit up every room, bringing warmth and joy to all who had the privilege of knowing her. We miss at the Miss Universe Jamaica organization. Keep Tyra's family, friends, and loved ones in our heartfelt prayers as we celebrate the beautiful life she shared with us. All right, and then so they put hashtag Tyra Spalding, hashtag Miss Universe Jamaica, forever in our hearts, gone too soon, and rest in paradise are amongst the other hashtags that they put on there as well. And in addition to that, there has been a lot of conversations as it pertains to beauty pageants and people who are participating in these pageants and them wanting to self-delete. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, but in 2022, there was a woman by the name of Chesley Chris, and she was Miss USA 2019, and she self-deleted as well. And throughout the years, it seems like there has been an increased amount of women who are basically in these pageants trying to live up to this perfect image, searching for purpose and validation and things like that. And a lot of them have been self deleting time and time again. So in 2019, Chelsea Chris, she was, like I said, Miss USA 2019. She self deleted in January 2022. And this is what brought a lot of significant attention to the issue. Her mother later confirmed that she had high functioning depression that she kept private. Now, Miss Alabama for America Strong 2021, she also died from self-deletion in February of 2022, only weeks after Chesley Chris deleted herself. Now, this was Zoe Sozo Bethel. And following that, there was a woman by the name of Kalia Posey. She's known for her appearance in Toddlers and Tiaras. She died by self-deletion in May of 2022 at the age of 16. All right. Now, also in May 2024, Miss USA Noelia and Miss Teen USA Yuma Sophia, they both resigned from their titles, citing concerns for their mental well-being. And then they also noted that Tyra Spalding, a former Miss Universe Jamaica finalist who we just went through her videos, she died by self-deletion in September 2025 after publicly sharing her mental health struggles. Now, there is a lot of information where they are saying that this is a recent uptick and a huge concern, and cited some of the battles that a lot of these girls who are participating in these pageants and things like that are facing. It says mental health experts and former contestants point to several intense pressures within the industry that can be detrimental to mental health. They said there is a huge emphasis on perfection. The relentless pressure to maintain a perfect image, both in person and on social media, creates a significant burden for contestants. Because they are high profile figures and they're putting themselves out there, they also subject themselves to online abuse. And it says the high profile nature of pageants, particularly for title holders, exposes participants to a constant barrage of online criticism about their appearance and performance. Another huge emphasis that deals with their mental health is body image issues. It says research suggests that beauty pageants reinforce negative body image issues and can lead to eating disorders. And the last thing that they emphasize on here, it says lack of support. Despite pledges to increase mental health support, some of these contestants said they received little or no support during their competition. All right. So this is some of the conversations that are being had around young women who are going into this industry and deciding to delete themselves. Now, although a lot of what is listed could have been something that contributed to her mental health, I think the ultimate thing, if I'm really listening to her, was this guy that she put a lot of value in. To me, it seems like she put a lot of value into him. She loved him so much. And it can be very tricky on your psyche. On the outside, she's beautiful. I'm sure when she's living in her daily life, people are looking at her and looking on her outer side, seeing a beautiful woman. So if you go through life and somebody is always telling you, you're beautiful, you're beautiful, you're beautiful, when you then get with a guy who you are, you hear all these people saying you're beautiful, and then he's kind of like treating you like, girl, you ain't, you know, that kind of mental battle seems like it really played a big role in her kind of questioning her self-worth and questioning, is she good enough? Questioning some of these things. Now, I think in addition to her being in the pageant world where she already had all of those other contributing factors of trying to look perfect, all of the other things, she wasn't really in her purpose either. So she's a beautiful girl. She didn't win the pageant. She isn't really in a career field that she feels is fulfilling to her. Then she has this guy that she's trying to date, and she's trying to figure out, like, why isn't she good enough for him? Like, I love him so much. Why doesn't he love me back? So then she goes and she's trying to find purpose in the church. And that doesn't really fulfill her because she thinks in order to be a perfect version, she has to strip who she is. And all of those things are not good for a person's psyche, all running in the same, in addition to whatever other mental things she already had going on. Now, since her passing, there has been an uptick of people searching her, as she stated in the opening of this video. And she said, well, maybe there was people who will find out that I died and they'll start looking at my videos and they'll start, valuing kind of some of the things that I say, whatever, whatever, whatever. I think ultimately it's just like, and people are like, sorry, there's been an uptick of people like, doing that. They've been doing just what she predicted. They are going to her videos. They are going to her comment section. So many people are writing her and they're like, oh my God, she was crying out for help. Oh my God, I wish I could have been her friend. Oh my God, I would have loved to be her friend. Oh, I wish I could have supported her. This, that, this, that. You see tons and tons and tons of people with those comments. If you go down her comment section, she has a TikTok, she has YouTube, she has all of these different social media platforms. You will see droves of people saying, oh, I would have been her friend. And it sounds good. To me, it sounds good. But let's be honest, you got people in your life that are exhibiting these same signs. And are you even showing up for the people in your real life? A lot of people will get online and they'll hear a sad story and they'll say what sounds good, but they'll be the main people who got D&D on their phone. You try to call them, they send you the voicemail. You can't get them on the phone. You know what I mean? Like, are you that type of person? Like, did you leave a comment like that and you the very person that a person can't even get a hold of you and things like that? Like, a lot of people get on social media and they say what sounds good, but it's like, no, don't just say what sounds good. Actually show up for people if that's truly in your heart. Now, everybody has a life these days. Everybody has things that they're taking care of. Some people are married. Some people are mother, like they are, moms to children, raising kids and working high stress jobs, or dealing with this economy ever changing. And there's so many battles and struggles that we all are going through. And people have their natural, lives that they are attending to. Don't just get on the internet and say what sounds good. Actually show up for the people in your real life. Okay. So that's kind of what I wanted to say. I think that because of all of the different factors, and I think also too, what is another big factor and another thing that is affecting a lot of people's mental health, in addition to all of the things that I listed before, but I think also too, the access to social media and constantly comparing your lives to other people's lives. I think for her, now she didn't say in the parts that I saw, I think a lot of people battle with wanting to be further or feeling like, well, damn, I should be this place in life or that place in life. And a lot of people are comparing themselves and measuring where they are in life to where other people are. Now, me, I I didn't live the same experience as a lot of the people that I went to school with. A lot of the people that I went to school with already have adult children. Okay? I was talking to one of my old friends, and they were talking about how like their child is about to turn 18, and there's several of my peers that are my same age that have adult kids. And I was just like, just thinking like, dang, my baby's in middle school. Well, she ain't a baby, but you know, um, my baby is in middle school, and it's just like put things in perspective. Like everybody has their own timeline for things. Everybody has their unique situations. And I think that as a whole, we all kind of have to realize that we are in our own race. Like if you can try to not compare yourself to people, everybody's walk is not going to be your walk. Everybody's where they are in life is not going to be where you are in life. And a lot of the people that you're comparing your life to ain't even really living it up like that. A lot of them people is writing bad checks. A lot of them people who are coming on social media acting like they got it all. They got low bank accounts, but they got they got the latest trends, but they live in, far from what they show. People only show, for the most part, the good parts of their lives, like the highlight reel of their life. So a lot of people are comparing themselves to people's highlight reel, and they highlight reel don't even be real a lot of the times. They got Turo now, where people, they'll go rent a Turo car and try to act like they flexing a Beamer or flexing a this or that, and they in somebody else stuff that they done rented for the weekend. So when you get to looking at people and looking at different relationships and wanting to compare yourself to people, a lot of those, even relationships that people are trying to make goals, if Diddy and Cassie's situation ain't showed you, if Cardi B or whoever you look up to situation ain't showed you that these people ain't really living it how they giving it up. All right? They're not living it how they giving it up. These men cheating on them, it ain't all peachy clean like they try to portray. And then you find out later, dang, you was going through all of that. But online, on social media, they portraying like everything is good. They filming rooms full of flowers. How many times have Cardi B or a lot of these celebrities filmed a house decked out in roses, full of roses, and they walk in and it's a grand entrance, and then all up the staircase is roses, and every little area of the place is roses, and the girl walks in and they're like, oh my God. And then you got all these people online fawning over it, and then later you found out that he done cheated, got a baby on the way, he done been dogging her out the whole time. You see Cassie on red carpets and all of these things. Like, stop comparing yourself to people, because a lot of the times these people whose lives you comparing to, it be worse than yours, for real. If you really think about all of the things that they got to go through just to kind of have that facade, it's a lot of factors. I think that with the climate that we have with social media, all of the struggles of the economy, it's unfortunate, but I think there's going to be a lot more of these situations on Facebook. I remember it was like last week I went on Facebook and it was like 3 stories back to back. Like somebody had put such and such has left the chat, and then he self-deleted. Then another person had put on social media, and they had put something about that they was gonna self-delete it, and they posted a picture of them like harming. And then another, like, it's like back to back you hearing these stories. And honestly, unfortunately, I don't think that anytime soon, if we don't get a hold of a different perspective or a way to navigate this crazy reality that we are living in, it's just bad for, a lot. So, but with all that being said, I send my condolences out to her family. I send my condolences out to her friends. Mental issues, insecurities, low self-esteem, none of that has a face. Okay? You could be the most beautiful person and be schizophrenic. You could be the most beautiful person and bipolar. You can be the smartest person. She talked about how she was what is it? She was first class honors or something like that. And I don't know if I'm quoting it right, but she graduated from school at the top of her class. She was very smart. Like, even how smart you are doesn't dictate these mental battles or these things that, people are going through. So I just wanted to talk about this. This was something that was going down my timeline, and a lot of people have been posting about it, but they weren't really like, I don't feel like they was really like analyzing or like digging deep. Like, most people was just posting clips. Like, they was just posting her clips and then just like clip farming her videos without adding like context or anything. So I just kind of wanted to, talk about it and speak on it because it's unfortunate, and it's something that, like I said, I've been seeing over and over and over. Like, every time I'm going on Facebook or uh Instagram, it's always a story of some unfortunate situation. So that's that on that. I am going to end the video here. I don't know if I might I'll probably do a shorter version of this video, like have the live, but then like I might like edit up and just get to the main, points in like a shorter like video or whatever. But anyways, yeah, so I might go live again. What y'all want me to talk about though? Because check it out. Child, I am kid free, and I got time today. I'm well rested. I be getting my naps in, honey. But what do y'all want to talk about? Let me see. Let me breeze through social media real quick to see if there's anything I want to chat about real quick. Not really. So I guess I could do another live going over the Diddy stuff. That's the main stuff. I have the transcript for his hearing. I have the letters for his program that he has going on, and so much more. So we could talk about that. There is a David update, but I'm gonna do a specific video for that. Like, I'm gonna do a video where I compile the same way that I did the first video where I said put like everything that I found out about David. I'm gonna do a part 2 where I compile everything else that I found out. Now, with these types of stories, the David story, and because it's such a viral story, a lot of people peddle fake news. They peddle fake news, and it grinds my gears because a lot of people are so thirsty for more information because the story is so captivating that they just be falling for a lot of fake news, spins to the stories, people adding extra fluff on top of it. I'm not going to add no extra fluff. If I don't feel like I personally think that, okay, this is actually substantial or this is actually something verified, then I'm not going to share it. That's just how I do my content. A lot of people, they'll peddle all the rumors and they'll make them be facts. They'll push all the content that, how we know that's Celeste or not in the text message. Certain stuff that's not really, like, we don't know for sure. It hasn't officially been authenticated. people will peddle certain stuff. Now, I will share like what is a suspicion or maybe speculation. Okay, this might be her, but I'm not going to peddle rumors as facts. That's just not the type of content creator I am, you know? And I'm also not the type of content creator that bleeds a story, you know? Like, can I make a ton of money by, okay, look, David, they found David casket at his thing and just make that a video. And then they found, oh, he had bloody merch and can't make that a video. Oh, he had, you know, I could like piecemeal the story, but I don't like to do that. I like to just do a deep dive, get all the little nitty-gritty parts into the story, or you know, what I kind of have combed over and things, and do it like that. So I will do a part 2, and I will compile, because there has been a lot of updates since my last video. There has been a video released of Celeste when she left home. There has been a lot of stuff since my last video. So I will definitely do a dedicated David video. But for now, I kind of just want to go live and just kind of like, you know, for me to do the David video, I kind of really gotta really get into my groove. Okay? Y'all get me? But anyways, all right, so I'm gonna end